Good morning, children. So let us start.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good
ma'am.
morning.
Morning,
Yesterday,
ma'am.
good morning, Nana. Yesterday, two topics left over. One is rheumatoid arthritis.
Yes, ma'am.
I told you already when we put suffix itis, inflammation means swelling, reddening, painful. So joints become painful, affected joints. And it is autoimmune disorder. Again, it is autoimmune disorder. And it is diagnosed by presence of rheumatoid factor important, nothing but self antibody IgM. You know, M means mega, pentamer. So it is a rheumatoid factor IgM. So it is diagnosed, this disease is diagnosed by presence of rheumatoid factor IgM. Okay. Now
Yes, ma'am.
next. So check this. The bone here near the joint, another bone. You know very well, covered by articular cartilage, that is hyaline cartilage. And from one periosteum to another periosteum, it is synovial capsule. Already are done. And internally, I'm using red color for that. Internally lined by synovial membrane. So in this disorder, as I told you, it is an autoimmune disorder and one can diagnose it with the presence of this self-antibody, IgM, rheumatoid factor. Actually, why it is produced. Now check the condition, disease condition. This synovial membrane secretes abnormal granules called pannus. So this membrane secrete granules called pannus, Again, for granules, I'm using red color, and they attach on this articular cartilage. And you know very well, immune system tries to clean it. Phagocytic cells, synovial cells are present here. They try to remove it. You know very well, suppose it is a pannus granule here. ఇలా తీసుకుందాం. It's a cartilage and it is pannus granule here. So macrophage with its pseudopodia pick only this part, isn't it? Only that granule. But it is totally damaging the cartilage by lifting everything. Complete damage it is causing. Not only removing that granule, even the
Will
membrane
remove
of
the articular cartilage
cartilage.
also.
Yeah,
No?
it caused damage to the articular cartilage, disturbing everything. So this articular cartilage undergo erosion.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what happens if it is eroded. Osseous tissue, bony tissue grows into that place. And I told you already to repair fibroblast cells move there. And a lot of fibers are secreted there. So the total region show reddening, swelling, pain, and that's joint become rigid to move. Okay, it becomes rigid. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So note down, it's an autoimmune disorder. Can be diagnosed with the rheumatoid factor IgM. Why actually it is produced? Synovial membrane produces abnormal granules called pannus. And these granules get deposited on the articular cartilage. When immune system tries to remove it, causes more damage to this articular cartilage. So articular cartilage undergo erosion. And again, you know very well, from the beginning I am telling why it cannot be repaired and regenerated because of absence of that perichondrium. So that eroded regions are filled with bony tissue and fibrous tissue. So both bones come together and the joint shows inflammation, reddening, swelling, pain, burning sensation. And if we can't move in that region, we feel rigidity. Now, next condition, osteoporosis. Name indicating osteo, bone. Pore means fine porous structures are formed in the bone. May I remove?
Ma'am, 1 minute. 1 minute, ma'am.
It is second last condition. Disorder related to bone.
Ma'am,
Yes.
now this also can be cured by the knee
No, in the
replacement.
beginning it's okay. Yeah, it can be cured by knee replacement, joint replacement therapy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Ma'am, but if it's autoimmune disorder, again, if they get
Again,
more
of course, but this
reaction
time,
because
kaadu
of
nana.
foreign substance.
Ma'am, but it's not natural, right, ma'am? They put some other
Yeah,
capsules. So
other like I told you yesterday, some
some
plastic
plastic or something
cellulose,
you said, right?
yeah, which are not at all inflammatory substances in our body. They should not react. Our immune system remain inert with it. Such type of inert materials we choose. Okay, now next you
Yes, ma'am.
take osteoporosis. Yes, we can recognize this condition with the MRI, magnetic resonance imaging technique. MRI scan, we can understand it. Because in osteoporosis, bone density decreases. Name indicating fine microscopic pores are seen. You know very well, compact bone. Here they are all Haversian canal. Here cancellous bone, if you remember, and it is filled with the hemopoietic stem cells which produce all the RBC, WBC blood cells are produced. So you know very well the cancellous or spongy bone, and this is compact bone. And you know the total bone chemical composition, 65% organic and 35% inorganic. This composition is very important. Organic means your major protein is collagen. Inorganic, you have studied major important inorganic salt is calcium phosphate. So if this composition is disturbed, bone becomes brittle. If salt content increase, collagen decreases, bone becomes brittle, very easily undergo fractures. If this composition decreases, organic part increases, bone shows deformity because fibrous part is more, salt is less. So bone bending, you might have seen elder people, those who are having bend knee region, shank regions, old people, villagers, you observe old age people, they walk like this. Bending ఇక్కడ ఇలా bend ఉంటుంది. Like
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
people
ma'am.
ఇక్కడ నీ దగ్గర దే షో బెండింగ్ ఇయర్ ఇలా ఉంటాయి వాళ్ళ కాళ్ళు. Old age people.
Yes, ma'am.
So why this deformity? Because organic part, salt part decreasing. Okay. So one should maintain healthy bones by consuming good amount of calcium. So this composition is important. Like, let me show you. Wait, I'm coming. Take this chalk piece, is the calcium carbonate, not phosphate, calcium carbonate. Of course, even here also we put a binding agent, that is gum arabic.
Yes.
Tumma jigru cheptam.
Yes, ma'am.
Acacia gum we put. Acacia arabica. You might have heard in botany. Yeah, that
Yes.
that organic matter we put so that calcium carbonate particles bind together and hold while we are writing on the board. Even ఇది కూడా చూడండి brittle, easily broken.
Yes.
Because salt content is more here. But here this composition is well maintained by hormones, particularly parathormone. You'll understand in the hormone lesson. Here just you remember the name parathormone by parathyroid gland. Is maintained by parathormone, produced by parathyroid gland, present on the dorsal side of your thyroid gland.
Yes, ma'am.
Thyroid glands are present on the dorsal side of the thyroid gland. And hormone is parathormone, which maintains this calcium levels in the bone. Actually, bone act as a bank, reservoir bank for the calcium. So whenever we require, how we withdraw money from ATM, in the same way we can withdraw calcium from the bone with the help of this hormone. Got it? Then
Yeah.
what is the disorder then? We are discussing only basic conditions. Yes, bone cancellous compact and 65% organic, major organic protein is collagen, 35% inorganic, and major salt, important salt is calcium phosphate in the form of fine needle-like crystals. And this composition, chemical composition is very important so that bone remains strong. I think it is stronger than steel.
Yes.
లేకపోతే ఏమైంది, సాల్ట్ ఎక్కువైంది, ఇదిగోండి పట్ పట్ అంటది, ఇలా ఇరిపోతుంది.
Yes.
But if సాల్ట్ తగ్గింది అనుకోండి, డిఫార్మిటీ ఈజీగా బెండ్ అయిపోతుంది.
Bends. Yeah.
ఓకే,
Yes, ma'am.
బెండ్ అవుతుంది, డిఫార్మిటీ అక్క, డిఫార్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ బోన్. సో దిస్ కాంపోజిషన్ ఇస్ balanced by the hormone parathyroid secreted by parathyroid glands present on the dorsal side of your thyroid gland. Okay, good. Now, what is the disorder here? Why density decreasing? Yes, generally seen in the women after 40 years age. So why you might have seen Horlicks, women Horlicks with calcium.
Yes, ma'am.
Why only women? Because you know very well they undergo menopause. After 40 years age, slowly estrogen levels decreases. Because parathyroid works along with estrogen. It is female sex hormone. Always this estrogen in female, testosterone in male. These hormones, sex hormones, are anabolic hormones. Anabolism means they maintain your good muscles, good bones. Overall health is balanced by your sex hormones. Don't think that only for reproduction. For healthy growth, all muscles, bones, healthy maintenance of your metabolism is done by these hormones. Okay, so in female, estrogen hormone along with the parathormone maintains the healthy bones. But once the age increases, 40 onwards, slowly reproductive cycles, estrogen secretion decreases in menopause condition. Once their menstrual cycle is stopped, estrogen levels decreases. So bone density decreases. Once calcium ions are mobilized out, anyhow calcium is mobilized when that woman is pregnant, because the child's bones and teeth are formed from calcium from the mother, which is mobilized from her bones.
Yes, ma'am.
Even though they take enough amount of calcium, still from mother bones calcium is mobilized, and bones of the child, growing child, teeth of the child are produced or constructed with the help of this parathormone. So anyhow, women face bone related problems are more in women. And that too, if they enter into menopause, estrogen levels decreases, bone density decreases. So they should maintain healthy bones by consuming calcium and other what you can say D3. Even vitamin D also important for absorption of calcium. So vitamin D and calcium levels should be healthily maintained. Supplement should be maintained by the women particularly. Of course, even in men also, if they have healthy habits, it's okay. If they are alcoholic, cigarette smoke, lot of eating, obese, then also they show this osteoporosis, but more common in women. Don't think that men are not suffered. Men also, because for them also, as age increases, testosterone levels decreases. That too, if they don't have good habits, testosterone levels decreases. So they too suffer with osteoporosis, but more common in women. Why I told? During their pregnancy, calcium is mobilized to construct the bones of growing child. And when they undergo menopause, once reproductive cycles are stopped, estrogen levels decreases. So bone density decreases. So they should maintain healthy bones by taking the supplements of vitamin D and calcium. And this hormone deficiency, hormonal imbalance causes mobilization of calcium. అప్పుడు ఏమైంది? Small rooms are formed because from here calcium is taken out. So leaving a small place there. Calcium removed, a small empty space is formed. Empty space is formed. So it can be recognized with MRI scan and CT scan. So bone density decreases, and it is recognized only with CT scan and MRI scan. And this disorder is named as osteoporosis. Bone density decrease. Why? Calcium is mobilizing. Once calcium is released, leaving a small empty space there. Okay, Nana?
Yes, ma'am.
Now put the next heading, neural control and coordination. New lesson, neural control and coordination. I ask you people to study neuron structure. Have you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Good. Shall I
Yes,
remove?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood both the disorders?
Yes, ma'am.
So this particular lesson is little bit complex. You know, nervous system is it's not easy. So don't miss your classes, don't miss your points. Slowly I'm going to explain. Okay, you know very well, nervous system means made up of neurons, tissue, neurons, kada? And you know the structural and functional unit of nervous system, neuron, and you know the neuron structure. Yes, cell body with nucleus and cytoplasm. And what these are? Dendrites. Why we name them as dendrites? Dendron and a tree branch. They appear like tree branches, profusely branched, so we name them as dendrites. What they do, they receive the stimulation or they pass the stimulation.
Receive.
Receive this.
They receive the stimulation and pass it towards the cell body. So they are adding the message. They're adding the message. So dendrites are generally called as afferent adding, afferent processes. Important. So why more surface area to receive more stimulation? Dendrites. Okay, and you know soma, cyton, cell body with nucleus and cytoplasm. And what cytoplasm consists?
Nissels granules.
Yes, Nissels granules. What are Nissels granules? What are those? What substances they are? I asked you to prepare. Same with the another batch also. They didn't answer this question.
Nutrient.
No, not at all. Rough
Endoplasmic.
reticulum. Hopeless. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why it appears rough under microscope? Because ribosomes are attached on the surface and they are engaged in protein synthesis. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But I studied already in botany. So that Nissel granules nothing but rough endoplasmic reticulum. Before olden times, they understood that it must be some unwanted substances gathered there. But later on, electron microscope thorough study, scientists understood that they are rough endoplasmic reticulum, particularly well engaged in protein synthesis. Isn't it?
Yes,
And axon, one axon. And from where axon is formed, that structure is called,
hillock.
yeah, axon hillock. And immediately this part of the axon is called, important to understand the nerve impulse transmission. What we call this part?
Initial segment.
That's good. Initial segment. All of you. How many are there in the class? 85 including me. Please children, whatever I am discussing, listen carefully. So from here only nerve impulse is initiated. So it is called initial segment. From where axon is formed is called axon hillock. And axon is carrying message away from the cell body. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
axon
ma'am.
is what? Emerging out, exit out the message.
Efferent.
Yes, efferent. So not to confuse between afferent and efferent. Adding a afferent. Exit, emerge out, efferent.
Efferent.
So axon is an efferent. Don't say now. Efferent process. Important. And axon ends with axon terminals. Axon terminal. Of course, it also showing tree branch like structure. Kada? Tree branch like here. One thing remember. From axon hillock, only one axon is formed. So axon efferent process always present, and it is always single. I'll write it in red color. Wait, these are all basic points, important points. So this efferent process, axon always present, it should present. It's a compulsory structure, always present, and always it is
Single.
single. Maybe here it may give branch, then they are called collateral branch. But from axon hillock, it is always one single process. So axon, so why I wrote process, I didn't say processes. Try to
Yes.
understand.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
wrote only singular form, efferent
Yes, ma'am.
process. So always it is present and
Single.
always it is single. And one more thing, generally children, they confuse here, they do mistake here. Axon is nothing but one nerve fiber. One nerve fiber. Even in the muscle lesson also, I was much more specific about this point. One muscle fiber. Kada?
Yes, ma'am.
Elongated, cylindrical, unbranched, one muscle fiber is equal to one muscle cell. All these fibers unite to give one muscle, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
In the same way,
Yes.
axon is one nerve fiber. Axon is one nerve fiber. And try to understand, suppose the axon, one axon,
Yes.
another axon, another axon, small bundle, fascicles,
Yes.
few bundles, one more axon, one more axon, one more axon, one more fascicle. Here I could form two fascicles, one more fascicle. I'm taking one axon, another axon, another axon, one more fascicle. So three fascicles here. Together, small three fascicles I took together form one nerve. Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The one fascicle, another fascicle, another fascicle together form one nerve. Like in muscle also, muscle fibers form fascicles and one muscle. In the same way, here axon means one nerve fiber. Very, very, very important. Generally, children, they don't know the difference here. So nerve fibers, like suppose cell body, cell body, cell body, cell body, another cell body, axon. All axons unite together to form
No.
nerve.
No.
Yeah, nerve fibers, small bundles, fascicles, few fascicles together form one
No.
nerve. In the peripheral nervous system, we call it as nerve. And what cell body is called? Aggregation of cell body in
Ganglion.
peripheral. Yes, good. Aggregation of axons in peripheral nervous system called nerve. Aggregation of cell bodies in peripheral
Ganglion.
called ganglion. At the same time, aggregation of axons, nerve fiber in central nervous system called
Tracks.
tracts. Good. And aggregation of cell body in central
Nuclei.
nervous system, nuclei. Good. Nucleus singular form, nuclei plural form. A cell body aggregation in central nervous system, nuclei. Axon, nerve fibers aggregation in central nervous system, tracts. In the same way, in peripheral nervous system,
Nose.
yeah, axon aggregation called
No.
nerves, cell body aggregation called ganglion. All these are specific terminology, particularly we use it in our system.
Ma'am, ganglia is a singular one. No?
Ganglion, singular. Ganglia, plural.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Understood this part?
Yes, ma'am.
So axon is nothing but a nerve fiber, efferent process. So always it is present and always it is single. Why always it is present? Now let us know the meaning of this. See, while you take our own body construction, to build our body, our cells are brick-like. Kada? Cubical, columnar, like how this wall constructed with bricks. We lay bricks one above the other to construct wall, isn't it?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
at
Yes,
the
ma'am.
same time, to run any potentials, to run any electrical potentials, what we use, any brick or wire?
Wire.
Wire.
Why not it in the form of brick?
It can't pass through, ma'am.
Very easily, very quickly, within less time it should pass. So anything to conduct, it is wire-like. To construct, it is brick-like. Kada?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
neuron extended to run the impulse quickly as an axon.
Okay.
Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Simple, it's normal cell, but undergone some modification to run the impulse quickly as we run potentials through wire, any potential, maybe it is electrical or any other impulses. We use wire, we don't use brick here.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
same way it is extended. So it should present, always present, and it is always single. Idi any basic points. So from where axon is formed? Axon elect, and that part, initial part, is called initial segment. Arthamainda?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
Yes,
important, maybe in junior inter, you might have not given that much focus because just you qualified your 10th and you entered. Now here onwards, be careful. I'm not leaving any single point. Again, I'm explaining. So it's a basic fundamental concepts. You should have that. So listen, dendrites may present or may not present, no problem. But axon should be there to run the impulse quickly. Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Dendrites may present
May not.
or may not. But axon should be there. ఎందుకు అర్థమైంది కదా importance?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Run the impulse within less time, long distance. So it should extend it like a wire. So if there is no dendrite and only one axon, then what we call that neuron as? What type of neuron it is?
unipolar.
That's good. Where you
Neuron.
could see unipolar? Where you could see unipolar?
Eyes.
The embryon.
Yeah, embryonic stage. Because in our mother's womb, we don't learn. Simply we grow.
Yes.
As we learn, slowly LKG, UKG, first class, 10th class, intermediate, medicine, branches increases, learning process increases, network increases, they become multipolar. So dendrites may are present more than two, more than one, multipolar. But axon should always present and always it is
Single.
still. So unipolar are seen in the embryos. Why? Because no learning, just simple structure is there. Slowly as learning increases, you learn to walk, you learn to drive cycle or vehicle, swimming, dancing, singing, speaking, writing, listening, understanding, network increases. So in our adult body, majority of neurons are
Multipolar.
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 Good. Cell body, one dendrite, means it always passes impulse towards cell body. One axon, it always passes impulse away from the cell body. Then what type of neuron it is?
Bipolar.
Yes. Generally, bipolar are seen in the sense organs, like retina of the eye
I. Yes.
in the sense organs.
Olfactory.
Yeah, olfactory epithelium. So, the axon with axon terminal. Efferent process, taking away. This dendrite, like tree branches. Afferent process, adding message to
Getting.
the cell body. So bipolar seen generally in the sense organs. Best example, retina. Unipolar generally in the embryo, because just there we grow, we don't show any learning process. As learning process increases, as your capabilities in coordination increases, I said neuromuscular coordination increases, learning capabilities increases, network increases, then they become multipolar. Understood up to here?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
understood the importance of axon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. And axon also called as
Nerve fiber.
few nerve fibers form small bundles called
Nerve.
small bundles fascicles.
Fascicles, they in turn form.
Large bundles in the peripheral nerve system called
Nerve.
nerve. Good. Nerve. Okay, ఇక్కడ వెళ్ళిపోదాం. ఇక్కడ కూడా చూద్దాం. Yes, they are like tree branches. Axon terminal. We say it as arborization. What do you mean by arboreal? Have you heard this term?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by arboreal? Related to what?
Tree like.
Yeah, perfect. Tree related. So axon undergo arborization, means tree branch like. Kani idi kuda tree branch like kani kada we put the name dendron. So how to differentiate these tree branches at the end of axon? Telodendrons. They're the telodendrites. Telo means end. If you remember chromosome structure, దీని ఏమంటామరా?
Centromere.
దీని ఏమంటాం?
Telomere.
That's good. Wow, what is the meaning of telo?
End.
End region. So axon terminals, as they show arborization like here, but to differentiate from here, they are end dendrites or telodendrites. ఇప్పుడు మర్చిపోతారా?
No, ma'am.
Good. And this ends are end with small knob-like structures called
Synaptic bulbs.
big knobs or buttons. And they consist several mitochondria and several synaptic vesicles. Synaptic vesicles filled with.
Neurotransmitter.
And what is the common neurotransmitter, general neurotransmitter?
Acetylcholine.
Yeah. In both invertebrates and vertebrates, general neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. Write down. Written? Acetylcholine. So all these are basic fundamental concepts. You should learn them. Learn ante by heart kadu. You should have an understanding about that concepts. Okay na?
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
So common general neurotransmitter in both invertebrates as well as vertebrates, it is acetylcholine. filled inside the synaptic vesicles. They are present inside the synaptic knobs. They are end structures of telodendrons. Why we add telodendron? Because axon end they are, and these are normal dendrites. It is starting dendrites, it is ending dendrites. So ending dendrites are called as telo. Telo means end. Okay, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Tondraga Nana.
Done, ma'am.
All
Yes,
of you,
ma'am. Done, ma'am.
children?
Done, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then how many nerve fibers are there? How many types of nerve fibers are there? You know, but you are not giving answer.
Ma'am.
Amma?
Three.
Say loudly, I can't hear
Two,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Three.
what are those? What are those?
Motor and sensory.
Eh? What?
Efferent and afferent.
ఈ పగిలిపోదు ఒక్కొక్కడికి. Afferent process, efferent process. I asked not nerve fiber. Try to understand the
Ma'am,
question. Multipolar neuron.
unipolar.
అయిపోయింది కదా, అది న్యూరాన్. అరే యార్, నేను అడిగేది కరెక్ట్ గా వినండి. ఐ డింట్ ఆస్క్ న్యూరాన్, ఐ డింట్ ఆస్క్ నర్వ్, ఐ ఆస్క్డ్ నర్వ్ ఫైబర్. లాట్ ఆఫ్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఇస్ దేర్.
Means axon.
Myelinated and non-myelinated.
Myelinated, yes.
Good. Myelinated and non-myelinated. So careful while you read the question. It's not neuron.
Yes, ma'am.
Types of neuron ante unipolar, bipolar, multipolar. Nerve ante meeku telusinda, peripheral nerve system axon aggregation is called nerve. Malla danlo sensory nerve and motor nerve. I didn't ask nerve, I didn't ask neuron. Nerve fiber ante axon. అదే చెప్పేది. Most of the time you children get confused between these terms. Careful.
Yes, ma'am.
What are tracks?
Axons and CNS. Bundle of axons and CNS.
Axon, yeah. And what are nuclei?
Cell body in CNS.
Dendrites in
That's good.
Cytons and CNS.
Cyton aggregation in
CNS.
CNS. What are ganglia?
Cytons aggregation in PNS.
Yes, cyton aggregation in peripheral nerve system. What are nerve?
Axon aggregation in PNS.
In
That's
PNS.
good. That's good. So now we'll start the types of nerve fiber. Myelinated and non-myelinated. What cells form the myelin sheath?
Schwann cells.
Schwann cells, good. So I'm drawing this one, will take it as a myelin, non-myelinated neuron. Okay, it is non-myelinated neuron. Good. Now comparatively, I'm taking myelinated neuron this side. Suppose if you take the transverse section, TS of the non-myelinated neuron, you could see membrane outside. What this membrane is called as?
myelin.
I said non-myelinated. Then how can it be myelin again? From
Axolemma.
I'm asking, yeah, axolemma. Like sarcolemma, plasma lemma, plasma membrane of axon. Plasma lemma means plasma membrane of axon, axolemma. And it is filled with cytoplasm. Cytoplasm called?
Exoplasm.
That's good. Exoplasm, like sarcoplasm in the muscle. Cytoplasm is called exoplasm. Plasma lemma, plasma membrane is called axolemma. Okay, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Completed. So when you cut
Yes.
this axon of non-myelinated neuron, it looks like this, simple. Now take the myelinated neuron here. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so
Yes, ma'am.
again, here it is multipolar neuron with several dendrites and their processes, cytoplasm with cell body nucleus, and this is axon hillock from where axon arise, and this is axon terminals, and terminals end with synaptic knobs with the synaptic vesicles filled with the neurotransmitter. Good. But along the axon, in the myelinated neurons, so here I'm writing these are myelinated. Here I'll write. It's a myelinated neuron. Write down, write down. So along the length of myelinated neurons, what cells are present? What type of cells are present? What are those?
Schwann.
Schwann cells. Good. So here, non-myelinated neuron. Here I'm taking myelinated neuron. Good. So along the length of axon, I'm using black color for Schwann cell. So here it is one Schwann cell with its nucleus, one more Schwann cell with its nucleus, another Schwann cell, one more Schwann cell, one more Schwann cell. So I'm labeling it as Schwann cell. So what is this region where Schwann cell is absent and axon is naked?
Nodes of
Nodes
Ranvier.
of Ranvier.
Ranvier.
Yes, axolemma is naked here. So this is node of Ranvier. Kada?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
when you cut it and observe, take the TS of the myelinated neuron. As usual, inside it is axolemma, axoplasm. Label it axolemma, and the filling cytoplasm is axoplasm. Okay, na?
Yes.
Now I'm taking black color to represent the Schwann cell. Schwann cell's nucleus and cytoplasm remain outside. Anyone idea about this membrane outside? Named as?
Myelin.
Neurilemma.
That's good. Neurilemma. Schwann cell outer layer is named as neurilemma. It acts as an insulator. And this Schwann cell secretes myelin sheath like a carpet roll. Understood? Blanket we fold, but
Roll.
carpet. So it is described as a carpet roll, like suppose see, this is axon. Around the axon, like a carpet roll, this myelin sheath is wrapped around like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? So draw that. I'm differentiating with red color. So this Schwann cell itself secreting myelin sheath, I'm representing with red color. So you rolling around the axon like a carpet roll. So this red color sheath, label it as myelin sheath. Myelin means it is completely fat. So it acts as an insulator. So like here, if I touch this wire, it's not harmful for us, isn't it? No electrical shock because it is covered by what?
Rubber.
Yeah, rubber or plastic insulating sheath. In the same way, myelin sheath, as it is made up of fat, only fat, myelin means fat, this layer acts as an insulator.
Yes, ma'am.
First, you draw this diagram. So you should understand what is axolemma and what is neurilemma. What's your next class?
Chemistry, ma'am.
Okay.
Malari disease.
Okay. Completed, Nana?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
now try to understand what I told. Fat, and it is acting as an insulating membrane. Kada? It doesn't allow the electrical impulse traveling.
Yes, ma'am.
Nerve impulse, nothing but electrical impulse. Now tell me, what is running through this electrical wire? What flow it is? Electricity
Electron
means
flow.
electrons flow. Is it possible in our body? Electrons flow? No. Then how in our body electricity is circulated?
Ions.
Which ions?
Sodium and potassium.
That's good. In living organisms, electrical impulses are travel by flowing the ions, particularly sodium and potassium ions, and in electrical wire, they are electrons. So this myelin sheath, as it is made up of only fat, it doesn't allow the ions flow. Got it? So it
Yes.
is acting as an insulator. So what happened? Nerve impulse in the myelinated neurons, once it is started here, directly it enters here, where the axolemma is naked. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Again from there, next node, jump, direct one jump, where axolemma is naked. Axon is naked. Naked means not covered by myelin sheath, no insulating layer. Directly that nerve impulse, ions flow here, next step, again next step, and finally reach here. But here, if it is non-myelinated neuron, all along the length it should travel and it takes time. And here it is direct jump from axon hillock, initial segment to the node of Ranvier. Next node, next node, next node, next node, jump. Jump means saltation. So in the myelinated neurons, write down, myelinated neurons, nerve impulse transmission or electrical impulse transmission is like jump, so called as saltatory conduction. Saltation means jumping. Saltatory conduction. So here it takes a lot of time because all along the length it should travel. Here it is jumping from one node to another node. So in myelinated neurons, nerve impulse transmission is 50 times more faster than non-myelinated neurons. Note down, important. So it is 50 times more faster than non-myelinated neurons.
Yes, ma'am.
Just imagine slowly conducting, moving down, slowly moving down like this. So it is taking time. Are they one jump here, directly here, fast it can travel.
Yes, ma'am.
So the jumping type of conduction is called saltatory, where it is possible in myelinated neurons. Why? Because myelin sheath is a fat layer, insulating layer. It doesn't allow ions flow. So ions flow occur only where axon is naked, and we name those regions as nodes of Ranvier. So in the myelinated neuron, impulse transmission is 50 times more faster than
Non-myelinated.
neuron. Got it?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
to flow these sodium and potassium ions, protein channels are required. Actually, how? On axolemma, that ions are transported, or you can say ions flow is allowed. It is through protein channels on the membrane. So where it is not possible in the fat layer. So this fatty layer acting as an insulating layer. So what are those protein channels? Tomorrow we'll continue. Thank you, children. Have a nice day, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.